Smoked pulled pork, aka pork shoulder, aka Boston butt. This is one of my favorite things to smoke. It's also one of the most forgiving. So if you're new to smoking or you're a seasoned pro, this video is definitely one you're gonna wanna check out. So tonight we're setting up this bone-in pork shoulder, Texas style, which is a 50-50 kosher salt, coarse black pepper blend. Then we're throwing it on our Traeger Ironwood 885 overnight at 210 degrees with the super smoke. We will be checking on this in the morning, but I don't plan on wrapping this at the stall. I'm just gonna let this ride all the way through, really build up that bark and all that smoke flavor and see how it turns out. This is gonna be the first Boston butt that I haven't wrapped and that I'm also cooking fat side up. I am gonna be scoring the fat cap just to let all the seasoning work its way into the fat and down into the meat. So I'm really excited about the outcome. So stay tuned and we're gonna get right into it. Let's go. We're just gonna eyeball this. Equal parts pepper. That looks about right. Let's give that a shake. And we are gonna be smoking this fat cap up, and we are gonna go very liberally with our rub here, making sure to get all sides. And you really can't over season one of these butts. Now you can also use a hot sauce or mustard binder, but I'm just going straight up salt and pepper on this pork butt today, just keeping it super simple. Now for the fat side, again, super liberal. Make sure we're getting rub in between all those little pockets that we've created with that scoring. All right, and we're gonna fire up the pit to that 210 degrees and get this on overnight.
The next day.
All right, so it's the next day. The pork butt has been on the Traeger uncovered for almost about 14 hours, and we're just coming up on that 200-degree internal temp. So I am gonna pull it off soon, but before we do that, I am gonna prepare the Alabama white sauce. This is a super simple sauce to put together. So this probably isn't the most traditional Alabama white sauce, but all the main components are there. It is a mayonnaise vinegar-based sauce, and then there's just a bunch of spices to throw into it. This is Alabama white sauce. Let's make some. We got our mayonnaise, apple cider vinegar, some lemon juice, garlic powder, mustard powder, celery seeds, crushed red pepper, cayenne pepper, kosher salt, coarse black pepper, some chili paste, and Worcestershire. And we're gonna mix all this together.
Meanwhile,
this looks incredible. This fat is so soft, fully rendered. Those are gonna be some incredible bites. If you are curious, we did pull it at about 200 to 205 degrees throughout, but we're more focused on the probe tenderness. And look at that, this is sliding in like butter throughout the entire pork shoulder, and that is exactly what we're looking for. So I am gonna let this rest for about 2 hours covered in foil before we pull it and devour. And now we prepare our coleslaw. Mayo, apple cider vinegar, a little bit of honey, juice from 1 lemon, Spanglish asadero, all-purpose, and salt and pepper to taste. Whisk all that together. We start out with 4 to 5 cups of cabbage, 1 apple diced, half a red onion, 1 carrot, a couple celery, and our sauce. And we stir to combine. And you are gonna wanna make this at least an hour ahead of serving just to allow all these flavors to combine. It's looking absolutely incredible. We're gonna take this bone here. Boom. Super clean. Wow. Make sure we get all this bark broken up. These little fat nuggets that I left on here are probably the best part. We are gonna plate these up. Handful of pulled pork here. Make sure you get a little bit of bark in every sandwich. A little bit of this coleslaw here. And then hit this with our Alabama white sauce. Time for the taste test. This Alabama white sauce could be in my top 3. It's incredible. It's nice and creamy. It's got that bite from the vinegar and pairs perfectly with this apple coleslaw and the Texas style pulled pork. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. If you learned anything from this video or you enjoyed yourself, consider subscribing, like the video, and drop me a comment below. I'd really appreciate it, and it does help me out. And until next time, go smoke something outside. Peace.